In this video, we'll be taking apart the Poco X8 Pro. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified once I upload a new video. Also, if you need any tools, there are links in the description. We'll start off by removing the SIM tray. Looking at the SIM tray, we can see an orange rubber gasket around the opening. At this point, heat needs to be applied to the back plate using either a hairdryer or a heat gun to loosen up the adhesive underneath, and then a pry tool can be used to pry the back plate off. I prefer to use a hairdryer since there's less of a chance of damaging any of the components inside by overheating them. Here's a look at the glass backplate. The glass camera lens covers can be replaced by applying heat and prying them off, so you don't have to take apart the phone to replace those. There are now 17 Phillips screws which need to be removed. The plastic motherboard cover can now be removed, but be careful since the flex cable for the LED light for the camera rings is still attached to the main board. Taking a closer look at the motherboard cover, we see the NFC antenna located here, another antenna flex cable on the top right, the LED flash and the ambient light sensor for the back, as well as the LEDs for the camera ring light and the flex cable. There is also graphite film to help transfer heat. Here's a look at the other side. The battery cables can now be disconnected, followed by the rest of the cables. The coaxial cables on the right side of the board can be disconnected by just popping them off. Taking a look at the motherboard, we can see the 50 megapixel primary camera, which has a Sony IMX882 sensor, as well as an 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens. The camera connectors can be disconnected by just popping them off. There's a secondary microphone underneath this covered shield, as well as copper tape and graphite film to help transfer heat. Taking a look at the other side, we can see the 20 megapixel front-facing camera, the infrared or IR blaster, as well as additional copper tape on the back shields and thermal paste to help transfer heat. Once the copper tape has been peeled back, we see additional thermal paste on top of the RAM which is seated over the processor, as well as these chips, and a thermal pad over this chip. The ROM or onboard storage chip is located here. Here's a better look with the thermal paste removed. Now to remove the battery, there is a pull pouch provided to help you pry it off. This is the 6500 mAh battery. Looking at the bottom speaker assembly, we can see an area of graphite film to help transfer heat, and there's a rubber gasket and mesh filter over the speaker opening. There is also an antenna board on the side of the speaker. Taking a look at the subboard, we see the primary microphone underneath the shield, as well as the charger port with the red rubber gasket around it. The SIM reader is located on the other side. The vibrator motor is located on the bottom corner, which is held down with some adhesive. To replace that, just apply some heat and pry it off. The same goes for the fingerprint scanner. Once the battery and battery adhesive pouch have been removed, we see the flex cable which connects the main board to the subboard, as well as the flex cable for the screen which is routed through an opening in the mid-frame. So if you needed to replace the screen, you'd have to remove the back plate. This screws on the motherboard cover and the cover itself, giving you access to disconnecting the flex cables for the battery as well as the screen, prying off and removing the battery, at which point you would heat up the front of the phone where the screen is to loosen up the adhesive underneath, pry the old screen off, apply new adhesive and reapply the new screen, making sure you run the flex cable back to the opening in the mid-frame and reassemble the phone. Once the flex cables have been removed or peeled back, we have a better look at the large vapor chamber which runs underneath the battery, as well as the motherboard. The flex cable for the volume case and power button is located here. To replace that, just gently peel it off the frame, and lift out and remove the plastic bracket which is in the slit of the frame to be able to pull that out. As for the buttons, those can be pulled out of the frame. The proximity and ambient light sensor board is located here, which is held on with some adhesive, and the same goes for the earpiece speaker located on the top right. To replace those, just apply some heat and pry them off. Now when it comes to this phone, if you're to accidentally insert a SIM ejector tool in the wrong hole, you don't need to worry since both the filters and the microphones are seated above the holes, so they wouldn't get damaged. For the repairability score on this phone, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now it's time to put it back together. Once everything's back together, apply new adhesive and reapply the back cover. Flip over the phone, power it on, and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.